When you study history, particularly the tense years of the Cold War, you realize that ordinary homes were often retrofitted with extraordinary ingenuity. Civil defense wasn't just about alert sirens or drills in schools. It extended into private residences, particularly basements. These spaces became shields, storage units, and lifelines. For those of us fascinated by history and survival, understanding how these modifications were implemented and how they can be adapted today is more than an academic exercise. It's a way to honor the strategies that once safeguarded families while learning practical skills for modern preparedness. If you're ready to explore how to turn a simple basement into a functional, historically inspired civil defense hub, then keep watching. The first area most people overlook is air filtration and contamination prevention in your basement. During the mid-20th century, many homeowners installed simple mechanical filters and sealable ventilation shafts to protect against airborne threats, ranging from smoke to chemical agents. Modern adaptations can use heavy-duty HVAC filters or even DIY units with activated carbon layers. The key is to understand airflow and containment. A sealed space with controlled air entry drastically improves safety. You can replicate this by installing a tight door at the basement entrance and adding an intake vent fitted with a filter box. Historical manuals even recommended having a hand crank fan to move air in a power outage, an old-school step that is simple to implement and doesn't rely on electricity. Next, consider reinforcing walls and entryways without demolishing your basement. In the civil defense era, homeowners often use concrete reinforcement or sandbag linings to add resistance against blasts or debris. You don't have to pour a bunker to achieve a measure of protection. Using high-density materials like cinder blocks or steel-reinforced plywood, you can fortify one corner of your basement to act as a core shelter area. Even practical additions like heavy steel doors or interior partitions can emulate the protective mindset of the period, while providing modern benefits like storage security and structural integrity. The goal isn't perfection, it's layered safety. Emergency water and food storage is a cornerstone of civil defense modifications. Basements were often stocked with canned goods, potable water barrels, and even emergency cooking supplies. You can incorporate similar strategies by creating dedicated shelving for long-term storage, using rot-resistant containers, and planning for rotation so supplies remain usable. History teaches that having a water source on hand, even if it's simply a series of sealed jugs or barrels, could sustain a household for weeks. Adding a small hand pump or gravity-fed water filtration system ensures that you're not just recreating the past, but enhancing it with reliability. Another overlooked modification is lighting and power alternatives. Civil defense basements relied heavily on battery-powered or manually operated lighting. Installing deep-cycle batteries, rechargeable lanterns, or even small solar panels outside can give your basement a functional lighting system. The principle remains the same as in historical setups: redundancy. A space with a single light source is a vulnerability. Modern adaptations allow you to blend historical practices with technology that enhances usability without undermining the authenticity of the civil defense approach. Soundproofing and communication were critical as well. Many families placed radios in their basements to receive government updates. Today, you can replicate this by keeping a small emergency radio, preferably one that runs on multiple power sources, and isolating the basement acoustically. Even simple measures like carpeting or insulated wall panels can reduce noise from above and below, creating a quieter, more controlled environment. Historical manuals emphasize listening posts and situational awareness, which can be translated into modern preparedness strategies like monitoring weather, local alerts, and survival networks. Lastly, practical layout and multifunctional space use makes a civil defense basement truly effective. Historical examples show that basements weren't just storage, they were living, working, and sometimes medical spaces. You can partition areas for sleeping, cooking, and first aid. Keeping a foldable cot, compact cookware, and a basic medical kit within reach ensures that your basement can serve multiple roles simultaneously. Even in peacetime, these modifications provide tangible value. Extra storage, organization, and a quiet retreat from household chaos. Civil defense basement modifications you can still add to your home are not just about survival. They're about learning from history while applying it to modern life. From air filtration to wall reinforcement, from strategic storage to multi-use space planning, the lessons of the past are directly transferable. Every step you take to retrofit a basement with these principles is a nod to the ingenuity of those who came before us and a safeguard for the future. If you've enjoyed this detailed guide and want to keep exploring historical survival techniques with practical, actionable steps, make sure to subscribe and share this video. Each modification we discuss is a chance to combine historical knowledge with modern preparedness. And your support keeps this research and community alive.